How you doing, everyone? It's Juan Romero here from SwitchWatch, and this is the Death Squared review, a game provided to us by SMG Studio all the way in Australia. So thank you to all of our existing subscribers. Thank you so much for watching all of our videos. And if you're a new watcher to this channel, we'd really appreciate it if you considered subscribing to us. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, it really helps us out. And why not leave us a comment letting us know what your thoughts are about this game review or any other game for that matter. I'd love to respond to you. So let's not wait any longer and let's get into the Death Squared review. So Death Squared is described as a cooperative puzzle game where you can play 1, 2 or 4 players, but it's obviously best enjoyed with a friend or a loved one, where it's going to bring out the greater good, hopefully, in both of you. It doesn't always, but hopefully it does. Now I'm going to start by breaking down my review, as I always do, into 6 parts, and we'll go straight into the story. What I like about this puzzle game is that they've in fact implemented a pretty decent story, which involves AI by the name of Iris and David, who is human, and there's a lot of banter between the two, and they'll often speak to you as the player if you're too slow or if you're not completing the puzzle quick enough. They'll let you know, so that's quite cool that that's in there. I really enjoyed the comedy of it all, but some of you may not, but it was definitely to my tastes, that's for sure. If we move on to the sound and music, I really like the melodies and the tunes that the developer here has chosen when you're trying to solve these puzzles. Nothing at all here is inoffensive in any way at all. It's just a really good listen, and the sound effects themselves are very functional, do the job well and convey what's going on, and that's really important because you're going to die a lot in this game, and you need a good sound effect for when you're dying, that's for sure. So if we move on to graphics, the graphics here, they're not going to blow anybody away. The levels are made out of blocks or squares. That is definitely portrayed in this graphical style, so you'll either like that or you won't. Personally, I had no problem with it because it's, you know, it's functional. In terms of issues I had, I would have loved to have seen movable camera. That would have been nice, and sometimes it was very hard to tell how high you were as a block or as a square. And you'll know what I mean when I play the game. Sometimes you need to get to a higher level and you can't really tell sometimes what level you're on, and you end up falling off the stage, and that just becomes a little bit frustrating. So I think a movable camera would have probably helped there, but it's possible that the designers meant it to be this way so that the game would be harder. I didn't really have any issues with it other than in the later levels. Now the most important thing for me is the gameplay and how fun the game is, because to me, you know, everything else kind of pales into comparison if the game isn't fun. And I had the most fun, I had to say, when I was playing this game with my partner. We learned to work together, that is for sure. And the game tests you, it really does, and you're gonna, you know, it's going to bring out your frustrations. There was a point where I got so frustrated that I pressed the button on the level and killed my partner's bot on purpose. And then she got annoyed and she ended up, you know, pushing me off one of the levels on purpose, and then we kind of made up and made sure that we'd complete the level. But you just have loads of banter in this game, and that's what it's all about, and that's what I love about this game. It's absolutely fantastic that you're trying to play a game here, complete a puzzle together, and 2 heads are definitely better than 1. Now you can also play the party mode where you can play up to 4 players, and the puzzles on that are just insanely hard. They are difficult, but again, when you get 4 people together, then this game really shines. But as I say, I played it mostly with my partner with the 2-player mode, story mode. Now there's 80 levels there, which is a lot. Going through it, probably around 12 to 15 hours there, but most of the time is definitely spent on the last 20 levels or so, because they are really tough. But I just want to say here, in terms of gameplay, everything works fantastically well. The controls work great. And what I really wanted to show you was that you can play this in handheld mode or the Joy-Cons by yourself, and you can control each of the bots. The left stick or the analog stick will control one bot and the right stick will control another. So if you wanted to play this on your own, you could. It is difficult doing that, and it's not my recommendation to do so. If you can play this with a loved one or a partner or a friend, that's definitely the way to go in this game. So I really enjoyed it. As you can probably tell, I'm quite enthusiastic about this game for sure. And so this brings me on to longevity and value. The fact is that there's 80 levels here that are going to keep you occupied with your partner for quite a substantial amount of time. If you've had enough with that, or you complete that, you can then go into the party mode, where there's another 40 levels to complete, and they are quite difficult. If you involve another 2 people and make it 4, it's going to last you possibly even longer. And I really like the fact that there's also a vault mode, where it includes levels which are insanely difficult, so that's going to keep you occupied. So to complete all of those modes, you're looking at around 20 to 25 hours, and for $11.99 in the UK store or $14.99, that's a lot of value for money. Which brings me nicely on to my verdict. I have to say that I'm still playing this game with my partner. We're quite far in now, and I've enjoyed every minute of this mind-tingling game. I love the fact that playing with my partner has just brought out some really funny moments between the two of us. Alright, so here we go. So this is the first time that we've reached this level. Okay, so not a great start there. Brought out frustrations, anything that you can think of if you've been involved in any type of relationship, friendship, whatever it is. It's gonna push your buttons, and that's what I love about this. It's fantastic to play with other people because it's just gonna test your boundaries. And let's face it, games are about experiences. And at the end of the day, I've had a wonderful experience with this game. I cannot really fault it except for a few minor faults. The fixed camera, not knowing where you are sometimes in the level in terms of height. And thirdly, the game can be too tough for some people. But personally, I like a challenge. Now, it's for those reasons that we give this game one of the highest scores on SwitchWatch so far, and that is an 8.5 from us. Really fantastic effort here from SMG, and we really look forward to what they're bringing in the future. Now, if you like this review, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing to our channel if you're a new watcher. We're bringing out content like this every week. You cannot afford to miss it, so hit that subscribe button. Last but not least, guys, please consider leaving me a comment down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on this game, whether you've played it or any other game for that matter. My name is Juan Romero from SwitchWatch, and you know what I'm gonna say. I'll see you on the next one.